here we are. We're live.
Yep, we are definitely live.
Okay.
Roger that. Let's rock and roll.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Hello, welcome back. I love this. So, I guess we should probably get updates from you. There's a lot going on right now, which we all can surmise from the recent posts that you've shared. So, I don't know how you want to start, if you want to work on the war and then work down the list that way, or
Well, it don't matter. There's going to be constant updates. So, one of the updates is that because of their lack of wanting to cease fire and stop what they're doing, we have been given the okay to start evaporating individuals and not bringing them back. So no matter how many people they displace, by the time it's all done, they won't even be around. So, despite how it looks, because it does look terrible, we've seen it. The MSM media ain't showing the stuff we're seeing.
right.
They're only showing their propaganda bullshit.
Yep.
And their pro-Israel bullshit. But we all know that these individuals are satanic disguised as Jews, right? So we have to maintain our sanity while we're watching these horrific, images. One of the things that we had to do today was put a energetic field around everyone's cell phones, only because when we're seeing these type of images, that opens up everybody for attacks, especially the Jedis and the crew, because we're the ones that are combating this energetically, right?
Yeah.
So that ends that. The bubble around our devices, literally, if they try to come through the device, because they can do things too, that will catch them, trap them, and disperse of them. So that's one of the things we had to do. As far as the military is working on things. It looks like nobody's doing things. Again, that's because they were told not to, and they already know that there's secret operations happening. One of the things that Dad wanted us to enforce or reinforce is the actual publication of the tribunals.
Okay.
So that's going to be a thing. It's going to be coming all over. There's already news stations that are set to have that, and there's nothing they can do about it, which is a good thing. People that have been working on this have been, bit by bit dropping out the information that it's actually happening. So when he shows us people going to the guillotines, that's because people are going to the guillotines, and some are liable to go too. If you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of galactic angelic intervention happening. We can see those things happen too. We're all up in it. We're all up on it. The people of Palestine will be free. Not only the people of Palestine, but the people of the world, because these satanic individuals are in everything. Okay, from the Vatican to Ukraine to Gaza to wherever you want to call it, they're literally in all the governments. If you read the Real Raw News report today, it's literally proven what I've been telling everybody. They are literally killing and eating people on the battlefield at that. They literally do that. These are reptilian forces disguised as humans. That's what they are. Okay, so the world has to know that this has been the case. This is what it is, and it's going to be revealed. We cannot move forward as a peaceful humanitarian body without all of this being revealed. So that's what you're seeing right now. The good part is that the people that are in my crew, the Jedis, and we are aware of this, so we were prepared for it. Maybe not everybody was prepared for the gruesome shit that you're seeing, but at the end of the day, we already saw it. Remember, I've been telling you for the last 6 years, 6, 7 years, that I've been going in and out these tunnels. How does that look like? That's energetically, physically teleporting, looking at, seeing what's happening, and then neutralizing all of these reptilian targets that were down in the tunnels, mutilating, molesting, adrenochrome, all that shit. This is very real. This is it's literal spiritual warfare. However, when I say spiritual warfare, I mean dimensional warfare, because that's literally what it is. You can call it a spiritual warfare if you want to, but it's a dimensional warfare that's been going on for thousands of years, and this planet is one part of it, one tiny part of it. This little planet, okay. So the good news is that things are, despite what it looks like, a lot of good things are happening. A lot of good things. So we'll just keep putting heavy love and light to those situations and move forward. I can talk forever, but let's go ahead with the questions. Let's go ahead with the questions.
Okay. Well, all right. So let me ask one thing. I've collected a lot of questions today. Attacks. Okay. So the Jedi attacks, like a lot of us are out working during our sleep, and sometimes we wake up and we've got bruises, cuts, etc. One of the questions I received is, do animals also go on missions, if you will, or are animals also attacked? So an animal will go on a mission with us or whatever.
They won't necessarily go on missions with us. However, they can be attacked.
Yeah. Okay. I knew that.
I've experienced, not personally, but there were some individuals that were literally attacking group members' animals.
Right.
So they were pretending to be of the light. At the same time, they were attacking these individuals' pets.
Right.
So I've known about that type of stuff, and it's very much possible. And we're dealing with really, really evil people that pretend to be good, and they do shit like that. So I've experienced that type of stuff. And then when I told the individual that this was the case, of course, they didn't believe me, because they were so, they were so embedded with this individual, they didn't believe it.
Right. Right.
And now they do. That's the good thing, because I'm not going nowhere, and I'm going to tell you the truth, how I see it.
Right. So a lot of the Jedis go on missions when they sleep, but sometimes during the daylight hours, like for me, it's like all of a sudden like tired, or it's like an energy diversion. Even though I'm like, nothing has happened that would cause me to be tired. It's like all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I'm out doing something. And, I recognize the difference in feeling, but one of the questions was, are the attacks going to be amping up on the Jedis?
They've already been amping up. So the answer is yes.
Okay.
But if you feel like you had enough and that you want out, it's literally them also. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because that's literally like, them telling you, or them putting thoughts in your head like, yeah, no, I'm done with this shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know it's happening, because it didn't even happen to me. And I'm like, fuck is that? That ain't me. I'm built for this shit.
Yeah. I know I've had thoughts in my head that weren't my own thoughts. It was like I'd hear a voice or something. I'm like, get out of my head. Not recently, thankfully, but it is shocking. Right. And I knew it wasn't mine. So, okay. Right. So I just wanted to clarify the attacks. Now, last video, you said something about the original humans were the ones that were like Daddy's original first creations. They had we'll call them the highest supernatural powers and abilities. Okay. Are those the ones you would term the crew?
Yes, that's us.
Okay. And do all of those guys know that they're the crew?
No, not everyone.
Okay. So some are unsuspecting.
Some don't even know that we are here doing this stuff, but they're doing their own little things.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing their own little things until until they reconnect with the information that we are here. And then that's when Daddy says, "Poof, there you go. Here you go. Welcome home." And then they'll join the crew.
Super cool.
But that's also why I said that a lot of individuals don't even know that they're literally my children.
Okay.
Because energetically and consciously, we are thousands and thousands of years old, and we've been going in and out of portals, and cycles, and time and dimension, having children, taking a rest. Others would take the place and continue to battle. So if you watch that video where I'm scribbling, right, the universe is let's say like this. So we are literally on one corner of the universe where it's all cleaned up, right? And then we are now coming into the rest of the universe, cleaning up portal to portal, body transfers. This is the reason why we move in and out of our bodies while we're sleeping, because we have other things going on everywhere. And those of us that are doing that have a massive role to do that.
Okay. Okay. So not
it gets wild.
Yeah, not everyone consciously knows that they're, of course, the Jedis haven't been collected yet. There's a bunch here in this Telegram group or whatever, but there's a lot out in the world that don't know that, they haven't met you, they haven't found you yet, but they will when the time is right.
That's right. They'll be fully activated, and there's about 2.5 million.
Whoa, 2.5 million?
2.5 million, about 2.7, something like that.
Jedis.
Yes, real ones that can do what I can do, that I've trained thousands of years ago. Some they call themselves light workers, and even some of them are even teaching the wrong shit, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's only because they haven't been fully. It hasn't fully registered on what their role really is yet. A lot of people are waking up. And if the dark ones can get you to believe a certain thing, then you'll be stuck in that pattern for a long time until, you run into Daddy.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So like crew has higher power and ability than the Jedis or the future Jedis. Okay. So
Absolutely. Some of the Jedis, they still think they can run around and do things. I literally had to pull like 3 of them back this afternoon because they think they can do things that they can't. And what's going to happen is they'll end up dead. And, it's like, now you got to wait until we open up a portal and bring the ships in when you can come in with everybody else, because you didn't want to pay attention here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's funny.
It is funny, but
yeah.
I literally told my second in command today, I said, listen, I'm tired of warning them. I'm not even going to say shit. He's like, all right, well, Daddy just wants you to bring them back. I said, I'm going to bring them back, but that's it.
Okay, so sit tight, everybody. Sit tight, right?
This is not a game. This is literally not a game.
Right.
What I do is very, very serious. Okay. And if I warn you about something like that, it's because you can literally die. You'll die in a way. You'll die, but your soul won't die, which is what's happening to these guys. Their essence, their soul is completely gone. So when they say that, we're in the battle of we're in a spiritual battle where your soul gets to be taken from you and blah blah blah, that's literally what's happening to the dark guys. Those of us of the light and everybody of the light, they'll die, but they also got the chance to be brought back through the portals. Not through the portals, through the chambers.
Right.
When I say reincarnation or the last cycle, that totally means the last cycle of the incarnation through the birth canal. So you can come back, but you'll have to come back either through a portal on a ship or through the chamber. Because we won't have to reincarnate the way that we have. And all of the new children will be new essence.
New consciousnesses? Wait.
Yes. Starting from scratch. Yes.
Okay. I think last time, the last video, I think my disconnect was, I'm thinking these babies are new consciousness that are dying. And I'm like, oh, they didn't have a chance to experience.
No.
But these guys are basically soldiers that have popped into these babies' bodies. They've been sacrificed, but it's for a greater good of showing the world the bad guys and exposing that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's absolutely right. And when I tell y'all, I've been telling everybody for the last couple, for the last year or so that we are literally doing a galactic sting operation. And we are beyond the military secret space programs, all of them, every single one of them. They have no clue on who we really are.
Okay.
And they know it. They're watching us do things that they can't explain. They don't know how we're doing it. And I'm literally telling them that if you want to learn how what I'm doing, turn to daddy and he'll show you. Otherwise, you're getting cut off. No access. Access denied. So those individuals in Gaza, which is why they're some of the strongest that there is now, is because they knew what they were coming here to do. Remember, a couple of years ago, about 6 years ago, I told everybody all of the children that will be coming in fully aware. Did I not say that?
You did.
So what makes you not think that the children in Gaza are fully aware of what's happening?
Wow. Yeah. I guess it's just seeing the pictures. I go to the emotional part, not thinking about this kind of stuff,
That's because we were made with
Right.
love.
Right.
And we those of us that love, it's difficult for us to see that type of shit because we wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like we would not do that shit. We wouldn't even stand by and let nobody else do it. Which is another reason why the people in the area are fighting back. Now the news calls them Hamas when they're not Hamas. They're just people that don't want you to come in and take care of their, take over their land and continue to kill their people.
Right.
So, but I'm just thankful that Daddy is allowing us to evaporate because that's what I do best, and I don't miss.
Well, it would be super, super helpful if the mainstream media would report honestly. And yeah, you're seeing things trickle out, but the average person still isn't seeing it. The main, and also, like you said, the reptilian bodies, if we could see video of that and people could understand, right now they're just seeing the propaganda and they're just sucking it right up,
Right. And that's not even like, that's not everybody, because if you think about it, right, we're having the most biggest protest in history right now.
Right.
What do you think those social media ratings look like?
Huge. And of course, they're
Not
probably
huge. No, the social media ratings are dropping because nobody's listening to the bullshit.
I think we're on
So,
I'm thinking the protest videos,
yeah,
they've got to be huge. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah, the protest videos are huge. Now, whichever company decides to actually take on that, their business will just go boom through the roof because now they're broadcasting the truth, and now you got everybody paying attention to this certain outlet, which is what they should be doing if they want to do the right thing and make some, continue their money.
Right. So people are coming around that are mainstream TV watchers, but like I ran into a bunch today and I was like, I'm not arguing with you. And they're talking about what's happening to the Israeli children. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Where's the proof? Show me it.
I know. And that if they had proof, they would like put that everywhere. So they're using crisis actors, which I
Well,
try to.
there's still no proof of beheaded children. We're still waiting for that. A
Right.
month and some change. A month and a what?
Yeah,
A month. A month and a couple of days later, where are they at?
right.
Not to mention their own soldiers are admitting killing their own fucking civilians on October 7th. So they done fucked up, and there's no recovering for them at all. None. And one of the reasons why they haven't really, certain individuals haven't really focused in on and sent troops in there because Gaza's closed off. Like you literally have to go through a bunch of fucking Israel land just to get to it. But they got us, so we're good.
Right.
Unfortunately, we have to allow the process. Daddy knows best, man. That's all I can say. Like I don't want to see it happening. Nobody does,
Right.
especially those of us that actually love, because these people are straight monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters.
You can see.
Eating people on the battlefield. Who does that?
For fun. For fun. Yeah, crazy.
So I can remote view, right? Everybody knows that already. When I was reading that, I literally saw the dude's reptilian mouth open up and eat the fucking finger. However, I've been seeing that since the genocide started, and I told everybody about that. Remember?
Yep.
I said these motherfuckers are eating people. That's what they're doing, and they are, and it's being proven. Everything that I'm saying recently is happening literally back to back to back to back to back because Dad is showing me and telling me, and I want to do more, but I have to wait for approval. Right. So if you ask me, today was a big move into what everybody wants to see. Israel, the Israeli soldiers gone. No trial because you're missing.
Your favorite thing to do is evaporate.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So you've got approval to evaporate the bad guys. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you've already started.
I've been doing it. What we've been doing is we've been switching them out, giving them chances. We've been evaporating some in front of each other. We've been, snapping legs and stuff like that. We've been appearing as some of their belief systems, right? For instance, you heard the story about the Jewish monk or whatever he was, the Jewish rabbi appearing in the tunnel to the Israeli soldiers. Okay, yeah. Well, that was that was us. That was us doing that, and that was literally Daddy saving them so that they can see that, we're trying to save you guys too. Get out of here. Go back home. And that's literally what we're telling them. But that's not being reported yet, which is why you got a lot of in-house fighting right now. If you listen to Benjamin, Basura, whatever. Yeah, whatever. No. Benjamin.
Fulford.
No, the other one. Okay. Yeah, that one. If you listen to him, it sounds like they in control and all that shit, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're losing dramatically, and they're threatening to do this and threatening to do that, and it's like, okay, go ahead. Because they really don't know what's happening, and I will say that they're having to replace people quickly because of what we've been doing. Evaporating them. So they have to bring out clones and bring out CGI and all that stuff. This is fun besides what the images.
Yeah.
Besides the images, it's fun.
Okay. So basically you're given permission to plain out evaporate the bad guys. Is it on a 1-by-1 basis, or can just go bing and get them done with, or what?
Uh, it's both. For instance, we've been doing one by one. We've been doing the head soldiers, the
Yeah.
head leaders.
Yeah.
This afternoon, about 4 hours ago, they were having a meeting on the beach, and we evaporate all of them on the beach.
Okay.
So, it's definitely happening.
Now,
Whether people believe it or not, I don't care.
when they're evaporated, do they go up into the ethers and just watch, or are they up to daddy?
Yeah, that's where they go, to the ethers, and now they're just a bunch of souls watching and wishing they did. They didn't do what they did.
So now they see the truth, and now they're like, oh, we were lied to. So some of them have regret, and those guys could come back. The guys that are like, screw them, they're gone. Okay.
Yep. Something like that. I mean, when you get evaporated, it's like, there is no coming back.
Okay.
You were warned over and over again. So
Yeah.
they don't understand how real this is. They don't understand that Dad created them. They don't understand how energy works. They don't understand that they are energy. They don't understand how they can be turned into little particles. They don't understand none of that. All they're doing is following orders.
Right. Right.
That's just like all of the religious people. All they're doing is following orders that are coming out of some book that some man made. So when I talk, I talk the truth, and I don't care if they like it or not. Daddy didn't, or should I say, well, yeah, Daddy didn't send me here to create religions, and he didn't send all the other prophets to create religions. He came, we all came to inform everybody about what they've been doing to the children, and that they should stop doing that and protect them. It's literally what we were here to do. All this other shit is bullshit. Love. How hard is it to love each other?
Right. Right. Yeah. So they've created this wedge between us by color, by race, by financial, wealth. Like they've created these false, I don't know what you would call them, milestones or whatever, or
Yeah, illusions. Yeah,
illusions.
they
Yeah, that's
but
a
they
way to
yeah,
put us one against the other instead of teaming up and working together.
yeah. It's just like that one anonymous video came out. They divide and conquer. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what they've been doing for thousands of years. Thousands of years.
Yeah.
This shit, this didn't just start. And think about all of the senseless murders that have been happening ever since. Meanwhile, the real culprits are a reptilian force that are in every single religion. And once they get you to kill each other, they can harness your fear, your energy. They can feed on you. They can do all that type of shit. That's what people don't realize, that it's not about religion. It's about a serpent being, a reptilian, that is embedded in all of the different fucking leaderships around the world. And behind the scenes, or should I say under the scenes, right? Under the tunnels, they do their little fucking things, and then they have a main headquarters in the tunnels. They all come in down from all different places. They all meet. They're all fucking reptilians, and they say, all right, this is how we're going to control them this way. We're going to start a bomb. I mean, we're going to start a war over here. We're going to start a war over there. And then you guys are going to do this, and you guys are going to do that. And we're just going to continue to feed. Yay.
Right. Right.
That's what they're doing.
And we've seen how they've amplified. So we've got this main war going on, but all around the world, there's all sorts of disasters and things going, it's kind of like, and we're not really seeing a lot of those, although you've posted several updates for us. But yeah, they're really like hitting everybody pretty hard. They're like pulling out all the stops.
Well, like I've said, this is a reptilian It's a reptilian feeding zone, if you would.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're only concerned about how much food they can eat. And since they're multi-dimensional beings, right? Well, they're dimensional beings. They're not multi-dimensional because they can't live in the higher dimensions. When they do come into reptilian form, they have to feed. And what they feed on is the children that aren't, um, poked up with all these different fucking toxins. They literally want the babies that come straight out the womb, which is why the Jeffrey Epstein stuff was happening. They were literally having fucking birthing farms. That's what they were doing.
Birthing what?
Farms.
Farms.
Yeah, they were having kids having kids, and then they would take certain beings that were from other planets, combine them, and then make their adrenochrome stronger and stronger and stronger. But we come along and then we hit all the adrenochrome, and now we turn their adrenochrome supply into poison. So that's what's taking a lot of them out. You see a lot of them deteriorating when the coronavirus started.
Right.
You've seen those guys deteriorating, and then next you know they come back. They don't look the same.
Right.
That's because we took them out, and now in order for the military to continue their role in waking the people up, they had to make fake figures. So that's what's been happening there. However, Dad wants this shit over. He don't want them to keep dragging it on, which is why they get in trouble. I mean, if no, all right. For instance, I've been telling everybody all this shit forever. The only thing they can do is censor my stuff because they know if they end up popping up, it's over. They've tried it many times and they've seen, whoa, we're not going over there. So they need to start rounding everybody up, which they are. Start broadcasting the tribunals, which they are, and they need to show the reptilians that they got in the holding tanks, which they are. Once everybody sees all this, then those of us that were crazy are no longer crazy, and they'll want to know more.
Right.
So
okay.
Those are the things that will be happening. It's literally, we're like days away, if not minutes. Who knows? By the time we're done with this shit, we'll get all types of footages because it's been happening like that.
Awesome. Awesome. I know you posted a video. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, and it was Daddy's white light balls coming in, and it almost looked like shooting stars, and they were all over. And the thing is, if you hadn't put that there, I wouldn't have probably guessed initially what they were, and probably the average person wouldn't know what they were either. But then we did see another video, maybe yesterday, of an Israeli soldier saying, we are fighting invisible enemy, like we're fighting ghosts, like they can't see what they're fighting.
And so that's right. That also broke their morale.
Yeah.
Because they're scared to death.
Right.
Right. And the ones that are doing what they're doing, they're used to seeing that type of stuff because they're reptilian. Wake the fuck up, everybody.
Wow. Yeah, I think once people start seeing the reptilians, they're going to be like, oh, so that's what's happening. Of course, that's after the fact, but they'll have better,
they're going to be scared to death too.
Yeah, they won't believe until they see. You know what I mean? So
that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of people. They won't believe until they see.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't, a lot of people didn't believe me and now they're doing circles coming back.
Yep.
Oh shit. Smarty was telling the truth. Yeah, that's what I do. I do it very fucking well too. I do it so well that I don't even believe the shit. Okay.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like really good things happen, like big time changes are happening there, and we'll be seeing evidence of that pretty soon, it sounds like. Shortly.
Right.
Shortly.
That's right. Shortly.
Right.
Real quick about the chambers. There was a ship in over here in the water broadcasting a drawbridge. I mean, the ship was hovering, and then it had the hangar door, and it had cargo, and it was strange because our ships don't do that, don't have that. So what they try to do is they try to deliver fake chambers that wasn't ours. So what we did then was we just took out the ship, took out the technology,
Wow.
reverse engineered it, and then those that sent it, we took them out. And then the best part that happened about it all, because of them doing that, Daddy made it much more simpler. Where once we're situated, he himself will deliver the chamber, and it'll just go boom right where it's supposed to be. This way, there's no interference whatsoever.
Oh my golly.
So again, thank you very much, you fucking idiots.
So you're trying to say they tried to sneak in some fake chambers to you? Hello?
Yeah.
Did they think you were going to just say, okay, where do I sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's their way of thinking that they can get over on Daddy or do certain things and make it seem like they're good, and they got caught. And because of them doing that, we're now going to have the chambers literally appear in certain locations. Obviously, they'll be in this area where I'm at until we start educating people on them. And then same thing will happen with those cases. When the people leave and there's a chamber designed to them or assigned to them, the chamber will appear wherever Daddy tells them to have the space ready.
Oh.
So they, like I said, they made it better. I knew that they were going to be delivered. Now I know how they're going to be delivered in a way where there won't be no interference because Dad himself is doing it. I mean, hello.
Will you still be getting the first few yourself there? And like, so, the other people that are lucky enough to get one, like they're going to they're going to understand what to do. Like they've got to be like, I'm going to say paired with it or whatever. They've got to be trained or whatever on how to use it.
The ones that get it will use it before they have it. So they'll know what to do.
Cool.
Yeah. So, I got this here. So this right here, it allows me to pull up a hologram of the individual. And this is one of the things that I'll be using at my event, just to show people that it's possible. You'll see the little image of themselves pop up, right? And then I can move it around and show them. Like I can already see it. Some of you guys can see it too, because I've been training y'all to be able to see it. So we'll be able to see the body parts and then move things around and heal, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But when, with this type of device, you would have to get permission from the individual to do it, just like the chamber. We can't force nobody into the chambers. Remember, I've been saying that.
Right.
They'll have to volunteer to use the chambers themselves. I'm sure that after hundreds of people use the chamber and everybody see the results, everybody else will sign up. Because of what's been happening around the world and because of all of the different, disinformation artists, because that's what they are. Right. People don't want to do certain things no more. They don't want to just go into the chamber. They don't want to go into a med bed. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that because there was everybody was saying different things about them. One of the groups talk about, one of those I think it was Galactic Federation group talking about don't go into a certain chamber because when you go into the chamber, you're gonna be evaporated and all this other shit. So because of that type of talks, we have to everybody has to volunteer for it. But like I said, once everybody sees that we are legit, everything is the way that I said it was going to be. It'll spread like wildfire, and that's when it starts to expand. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be fun.
Mind blowing shit. Mind blowing shit.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now let me, I had several inquiries. Not every Jedi has the chamber that we can buy from your website. And some of them that don't have it yet, we're worried that they would not be eligible for a real chamber in the future. And I just wanted to clarify, you don't necessarily have to purchase that to be eligible for, it didn't make sense, but I think this is like you said, it was creating a grid of energy and raising the vibration,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah, all the products do that. Create a grid and create an energy pocket, bigger
Right.
and bigger and bigger.
Right.
That has nothing to do with everybody using the chambers. Not
Right.
everybody's going to receive a chamber because you're not chosen to.
Right.
You know, but as long as you get to experience and use the chamber, who cares if you have one, right? That you can then find out where the chamber's at, go use it because it's going to be for free, and then get your ass back to work.
That's gonna be awesome. Gonna be awesome. Wow. Wow.
It is awesome. So yeah,
All
you know,
right.
I get the question. You know, some people are that type of inquiry is based off of fear because it doesn't matter if you get to have or be able to use a chamber or have a chamber. Like, it does not matter. There's so many things that you're not supposed to be a part of, and there's so many things that you are supposed to be a part of, right? So if you don't receive a chamber, it's cool. There's only 1,000 of them anyway, so not everybody's going to get one.
Right. Right. You had said the other day that not everyone is going to be good at or like they're not going to be doing everything. Like, for example, some people will focus specifically on, say, healing. Some people might do another job or whatever. So not everyone is supposed to do everything. Is that correct? Jedi. And I'm talking Jedi.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. For instance, all of you guys know how to heal. I've taught everybody how to heal, especially those that actually paid a fucking attention, right? I taught everybody how to heal. So if you're doing certain things and you see somebody that needs healing, of course, just stop, heal the individual, and then go back to work.
Yeah.
Because healing is what's important for all of us. We all need to be able to heal each other. That's something that everybody should know that. Everybody should be able to do that, right? As far as working, we're going to be doing all types of things. We got new buildings to make. We got new kiddie parks to make. We got new theme parks to make. We got venues to make. We got hotels to make. We got resorts to make. We got benevolent food processing companies to make. We got other companies to buy. We got so much shit to do. Stop worrying about what the fuck you can and cannot do.
Well, I just wanted to clarify because you made that point the other day, and I wanted to say, okay, so we all know the basic foundation, which is healing. We all know about love and light,
right.
But that doesn't mean you're going to maybe focus. Like, some people love to do healings and others might not. So we're all going to have our little piece of the puzzle, what we're going to be good at and what we love to do. So
Right,
there's
right,
no
right.
shortage
That's a
of work
fact.
to be done, right?
At all, at all.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, we have an entire planet. Okay, we're not how you say, we're not stuck to the US.
Right,
We have an entire planet to take
right,
care of.
right,
Whether they're richer than other countries or not, we still have to go into these areas and heal people.
right,
We still have to do certain things in these areas and change shit because they're obviously not all doing what they should be doing. For
right,
instance, there should be nobody on earth paying an electric bill anywhere. There should be no one on earth paying for fucking water anywhere, right? So we have a lot of shit to do. And there's going to be a lot of, you know, individuals that might not want to go with what I'm doing or saying initially, right? Initially, when I say that, I mean like certain leaders or kings or whatnot. Well, if I evaporate them and then bring them back,
You're gonna pull the evaporation card?
ah, where am I? Where am I? Boom, bring them back. Oh shit! What do you want me to do?
Okay, okay. Just make it easy to
But
do from the get-go.
yeah, so that would be everybody's best interest, especially for your people. Like, and that's for all you guys that are worldwide leaders, and a lot of them watch my stuff. A lot of them, you know, interfere with my calls and all that stuff, and they're you know, they're listening to my conversations, which is illegal, by the way. However, Dad wants them to listen, so the best thing that they could do is just go with the new program. And the new program literally started today. Energetically, we literally moved up in dimensions. That was that black line in the Schumer
Yeah,
residence. It
okay.
was literally like pulling the plug and putting a new software in. That's what happened today. So all they literally have to do is get with the program. There's a new sheriff in town, and my abilities speak for themselves, and they already witness and they know what I can do. The Intel community knows more than the regular people on Instagram and you know, just regular folks who listen to these to
Right,
listen to me
right.
and think I'm fucking batshit crazy, right? However, your leader don't think that, which is why they don't come knocking on my fucking door.
Right. All right, all right. So today is a new day. Today's the start of the end of the beginning of the end.
That's right. That's
Beginning of the
right. Today's
beginning.
the official beginning, the official beginning.
Yeah, better way to say it.
We got a lot of cool things happening. For instance, we got the okay from Dad to launch the new D Blue coins. What that means is we have a whole set of new D Blue coins. We experienced everything that we needed to experience so that we can see what they were doing and how they were doing it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to gather up everybody's information, give them give them new coins on a new coin, and reimburse everybody. And it will be fully protected. There won't be able to have we won't have no robots in it whatsoever, only because those that hold my new coins have to be approved. And what's been happening is, since we just openly put it out there, you had individuals who thought they were, you know, who thought they were smarter than Dad, put robots into all of our coins and dramatically stole everybody's money. However, Dad had us work on a whole new coins, fund them, and we're getting ready to give everybody their shit back.
Okay. I'm sorry to be ignorant, but I just want to clarify that a little bit more, okay? When you
Yep.
say new coins, are you talking the digital things through like Lobster Wallet? Like, so if I have 100 coins there, I'm going to get 100 new coins in something else that is private to just the current holders of the coins or the currency or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, to the legitimate holders of the currency.
Okay. And you have a list of that. So for those
No,
people,
no, well, yeah, well, we got somewhat of a list, but what we're going to do is we're going to gather up everybody's account. If you whatever you had in there, whatever you spent and you didn't spend no money as far as in the account, we're going to reimburse it and give you a bonus.
wow.
Yeah.
So these,
What?
go
Go ahead.
Well, these new coins will be let's call it unhackable or that the bad guys can't get their mitts on them. So they're protected. And of course, then they're going to grow exponentially in value.
Right.
Ooh.
Right. So
Wow.
there'll be a coin that is totally cabal proof.
Cabal proof. That's the best way to say it. All right.
Cabal proof. I should make
or,
a new shirt. Deep blue. Cabal proof.
Or just greedy person. Like there's a lot of people that just wanted to go suck money out of whatever your account. I don't know how it all works, but
right. So that being said, I know there'll probably be some people that want to just come in and then spend what we give them. That wouldn't be wise because we got other things coming that that will stop your blessings if you do that. So just hold the line when you get it. Don't spend it.
all right. So
Don't touch it. Just leave it alone.
Announcements will be made about this through the groups that we're in already. So when it's time for us to send information, we'll know specifically what to do.
That's right. That's right. I was warming everybody up this morning when I said what I said about that, and this is pretty much an announcement. And then Tom is putting together his stuff so that he can handle business. It's going to be fun. It's going to be sweet. Once you do get it, just remember to hold it. Dad got other things lined up for it. Okay, so we're going to have fun.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so that was an announcement, everybody. Like, I don't know how many times people in the group have said something. There's always somebody that like a week later will ask the same question, and it's frustrating, to repeat yourself when they could be doing their own work to like just read,
Oh, well, that's why I ignore them. So
yeah. All right. So
I've been training myself for years to ignore people because I got work to do.
Yeah.
I got shit to do. I'm not going to stop and answer your fucking question when I got reptilians to kill. Hello.
And how are the reptilian assistants, like the guys that want their new bodies, how are they doing with rounding up the bad ones?
Oh, they're already 80% in.
Ah, was hoping you'd say like 99%. But 80.
Well, it's the reason why it's taking a little longer is because they still have a chance to turn to daddy.
How many chances are they going to get, I wonder?
Okay. Hey, I mean, listen, it's like this. If dad tells you right now to stop eating a chicken or stop eating this or stop eating that, and then he has to remind you a week from now, a month from now, and you still continue to do it, that's literally what's been happening.
Yeah, okay. All right.
The part that there's a lot of pieces to this that people don't understand. And one of them is that they don't understand how much their creator really, really loves them, man. They don't. Like Dad really, really loves us all. And he don't want me to be doing what I'm doing, but I was made to do the shit, right? Now that's how do you think he feels to witness his creations do what they're doing right now? No matter what race you are, he fucking created you. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's actually pretty funny when you say that, to be honest.
That's
Yeah,
why I laugh too.
yeah. So, okay. All right. So things are in process on Deep Blue. We'll have a big announcement soon. So that will be a tremendous boon for people, you know. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I have a question that may not come out correctly, but I'm going to do my best here. So your essence, your soul, you were the first being or creation in this, let's call it universe, galaxy, whatever. And you said that you went to each planet or whatever, and you seeded your children there. Now, does that mean you were the first being on that planet? Or were there already like beings there? You were the first being.
Yeah. I was the first being. So I was Anunnaki, I was reptilian, I was this, I was that, I was all of it. Because I had roles to play too. My consciousness was different things everywhere. Um, I'm mainly good, right? Which is why there's good in a lot of races,
Right. Right.
and there's a lot of bad in a lot of races because they chose to do bad shit.
Okay.
But yeah,
So you had
something like that.
children on each planet, or, for example, we're going to use that. And they probably don't know that they're children, that you're their dad, right? Does that
Oh
make
no, they know.
they
They
know?
know.
Okay.
Yeah, Earth is the only air. We're the only ones that don't know shit.
Okay. Now, are these children's the Jedis and the crew? And they've come to volunteer here, or are
Yeah,
they're sprinkled in? Okay. So let's say one of these child, whatever, goes through the crystalline chamber. Will they be doing that as well? And are they going to have
yeah.
their original body from that prior
They'll
planet? All right.
they'll have their original body that Dad wants them to have.
Ah,
So that's that. Either way, they'll still be my children, and stars, Starship Enterprise, blah blah blah, or Mars over here, or
okay.
Galaxy, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but most of us will be here on Earth because we still have a lot of work to do here.
Right.
So either whichever way Dad wants us to do it, we'll still have forms here, and then we'll what he's getting ready to do is fully activate us so that we no longer have to go to bed to go elsewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When we go to sleep, we have to go. We literally go elsewhere. So once we clean shit up, he's going to activate us so that we can just, all right, got to go. And let's say we got to leave from here to Mars to take care of something. We'll literally just teleport, and whatever we look like in Mars, that's what we'll be. Boom, just like that.
Okay. So let's say I look like this here on Earth and I go to Mars, I'm going to look like a Mars person.
You're going to look like whatever you're supposed to look like. Yeah. So if it's a Mars person, yes.
All right. So let's say I go through let's say I'm from Mars and they're purple. I'm just picking something stupid. And
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
through the chamber here. Will I be purple here, or will I be a better version of this? But if I go back to Mars, then I'm purple again. Do
That
you know
can
what I'm
very
saying?
well, yeah, that can very well be possible. It may not happen initially, only because the humans are still sleeping, and if you see a purple person, you're gonna freak the fuck out, right?
Well,
So
Yeah, that was my question. Will we, when we go through the chambers, we have blue? Will we have green? Will we have purple? Will we have, the aquatics, insectoids, whatever they are? And because I'm wondering, like, look at how much prejudice we have right now to Black, Asian, you know what I mean? Non-Caucasians, okay? So what happens if you see a blue person walking around? Are you going to flip out? Probably, initially at
Well,
least.
you probably see him on news like that other blue guy.
What blue guy?
The blue guy that had too much silver in the system.
Oh no, that's a book. That's a book. But I guess it's a real
No,
too.
no, there's an old man that he's
Yeah.
got too much silver in his body and he's fucking blue. You didn't see that before?
No, but I've read about it. I've read about it. So yeah, I know it's a true thing. Wow.
But
Okay.
there's also blue people down in I think it was in France somewhere. There's an opening and blue people come out every now and then.
Well,
Anyway, go ahead.
in India, they worship the blue race. That's their gods are blue. Okay, so that's why you see like whenever you see Indian art, they're always blue. All right, and I'm just using it as an example.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So,
they talk about I think his name was Krishna, and then they talk about the Kalki avatar, which is also me. The Kalki avatar was somebody who can summon armies and do all of these wild things, and he's coming back and blah blah blah.
yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
David Wilcock talks about that.
Yeah.
And that's literally me. That's literally me.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So to summarize, we go through the crystalline chamber. We're going to have whatever daddy wants anyway, but we're probably initially going to look somewhat human so we can fit in. And then if we're supposed to be blue, purple, red, we will be when it's time. Does that sound right?
Yeah, if that's even supposed to be a thing for you, yeah.
Okay. Just, I don't know why I've been thinking about this because I was like, just thinking about the prejudice we've already got. And then of course, then you've got, oh, well, I'm a blue person and I've got all these powers. Then that puts that person in a position of power to the people, and I don't know that that's a great.
Well, that's literally what's been happening.
Yeah.
It's literally what's been happening. These beings come from different parts of the solar system,
yeah,
the universe, galaxies, and they come here. They have all of their abilities because they weren't subject to the programming down here. Again, the reason why people don't have their abilities or don't think it's possible is because they were told that they can't do this shit and that it's only a movie. You can't do this. This is a movie. You must be crazy. That's what's been happening for thousands of years. So now you got me telling you and showing you all this shit. So that's what's been happening. If a being comes down that has these type of abilities, they will not be able to use it in a negative manner, or they will pay the price.
Right.
So that won't be happening. As far as the colored people and the different races, they will be coming down. We will have multiple different beings running around, walking around, talking to people, all that shit. However, we are going to do a human thing first. It's going to be nothing but humans coming in and doing this and doing that, and us receiving our new galactic stud status human forms. So again, we can be other races and other beings elsewhere, but for the purposes of waking up the earth and doing what we got to do here, we have to stay in our human forms. Yes.
Thank you. Because I worded it really awkwardly, but I've been I was thinking about that a few weeks ago and then a lot lately because we were talking about it. Now, here's the really important question. About a year ago, you said that your children would be getting unicorns. Is that still in process? Like, will they? Oh, wow. It's going to be so
fun. They already have them now.
Oh.
And people can't see them though.
Mm.
But yes, my daughters will have unicorns. You'll be able to see them and go visit them, but it'll be in a closed area. So the people are not going to be allowed to touch them.
Okay. Okay. And the boys aren't getting one?
No, the boys they got shit to do. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know the girls, the women, they're super. Daddy's super protective of them,
Yeah.
and because of their role in all this,
Okay.
they have to be protected, pampered, and all that shit. Yeah.
Okay, I know it's a stupid question, but this is what runs through my mind all day. Okay, what color are people going to be? Like, are they, you know what I mean? Crazy stuff, but it's interesting.
It's not stupid questions because this is a reality that everybody is going to have to face. It may seem like a stupid question for others, but you can see I already had the answer. Hello, it's because I've already asked father, daddy, myself.
Yep. Yep.
That's where a lot of my information comes from, by the way. Well, all of it comes from daddy, but it was me, myself, and I asking these questions.
Okay.
And there's rarely things that I don't know. However, he would just pop in and tell me. And the cool thing about it is I might not even fucking know it. And that's another reason why I gotta watch these interviews myself, because I'll be like, why didn't you tell me that shit?
Okay.
But they always come from dad. They always come from dad. And the best part about it is that he always validates. That's one thing that you can't take from me. I'm super honest. I'm super legit. I do things as best I can to be honest and be legit. We're being attacked from all directions, and yet I still maintain that honesty, that integrity, or whatever you want to call it, with a little bit of ass whippings, because I just don't know how to not be real, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes the truth isn't what people want to hear, but it's true. These reptilians been enslaving your ass for thousands of years, and people like us been telling y'all, and you've been treating us like dirt. That shit is over.
Wow. Wow. If you pop in, like I know you've said you've popped into some governmental meetings, military meetings, or whatever. Let's say you popped into a foreign country that they don't speak English. You pop into their meeting or whatever. And I'm assuming you have a luminous body, like a light body or whatever. Are
Yep.
you able to speak in their language? Like if you say, hey, stop what you're doing, you speak in their language so they understand you clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And I mean, everybody knows boo.
That's what you're saying to the heads of government, right? Boo. It's
No,
funny.
no, no. Yeah, yeah, but yeah. Once we pop into a meeting, we either there to evaporate. We're there to just make an appearance. Um, just make an appearance, evaporate, tell them telepathically to get things done, or to warn them not to do certain things. And we've been doing it for years, thousands of years, hundreds of years. Okay. Even when we was the Saint Germain story, same thing happened there. Popped up in there, told him what to do, and that was it. So everybody signed after that.
Right.
You know that story, right?
Yeah.
When he popped in, mind you, it was raining outside, so he had to wear his coat and his hat. So when he popped in, he was still wet. And they told him, listen, this is what you gotta do. You gotta do this. You better sign those fucking paperwork, or if not, this and this and this was gonna happen. He broadcasted the images so that they can see it in their mind's eye, and everybody signed the paperwork. That's literally what we're doing now. Literally.
I think that was in the 90s. I don't, but I mean, I have heard that story for those that haven't, but he popped in and made them sign the documents to get the Nisara Gasara going, which kind of got
Yeah,
going,
even
but got
yeah,
derailed.
even before that.
Was it?
Yeah, even before that, when they did the declarations of independence,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
the signing on that.
Yeah.
So that was that. But yes, we did the same thing. We've been doing it to all of the world leaders, popping in on them. There's stories about them, angels appearing to them and talking to them, which they didn't realize it was me the whole time, because I can open up portals anywhere and do certain things and appear the way that I want them to appear, or I want to appear. And then majority of the time, Daddy's always with me too. So then you'll see this figure, and then you see light behind me, which they think it's me, but it's Dad.
I get it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, George
It's all real.
Washington saw, I mean, I don't know if it was you or what, but George Washington several times, and I think they even did an Ancient Aliens on that, which I've
Yep.
never actually watched, but he's seen, we'll call it glowing figures, orbs, all sorts of lights, and he supposedly got information from those beings.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So again, everything throughout history, whether good or bad, it was designed to get us where we're at now. Okay, because we understood the what's been happening down here for thousands of years. Those reptilian, overlords or would-be rulers been doing this for thousands of years, literally. So you got, they were in control of the slave trade, which is what they're still doing. They call it human trafficking, right? And it's mainly the children, because the children are literally like cocaine to them, literally. And it's not a human force that's doing this shit. They're literal reptilian beings that are in human form, and their technology and abilities are deteriorating, where you now see images of them deforming on fucking TV, on screen. And there's thousands and thousands of evidence, videos of it. So
Yep.
it's
Those are fun
time people wake the fuck up.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, it's time everybody wakes up.
Yeah. Switch of topic. I know a few months / a year ago, we talked about the harp. You said you had confiscated the last harp device or whatever. Are there more left here on Earth in control of, we'll call them the bad guys? Because we've seen a lot of like unusual weather activity lately. And I was hoping I mean, it doesn't seem like it's natural, is what I'm saying. Are there still harp devices? Yeah.
No, they're not harp devices. They're coming in from different planets.
Okay. Like a giant ass dew.
Exactly. A giant ass dew, or a machine, a mechanics, even a ship. And once we see and realize that, they're gone.
Okay.
Even if you look around, there's literally no more harp devices anywhere. Okay. And if it's around, it's deactivated. So we sunk a lot of them too. But these guys are coming in through portals as well, and using different things to manipulate the weather and the temperature. They can literally, change the temperature overnight.
Right.
And they've been using machinery, technology to do that. However, it's still raising everyone's awareness of it all.
Right.
And it's allowing us to evaporate when they do it, get rid of them.
Okay. Like Acapulco, for example, had a hurricane like 2 weeks ago. And I'm assuming that was one of those devices or whatever. Yeah.
Definitely not normal. Right.
So when they pop in, you pop them.
Yep.
Okay.
And you know, it's literally that way. And it's only because what you have to understand is that we are working in self-defense for humanity, right? So think of the ultimate warrior who is commissioned to do all these things, but he has to wait to be attacked. And the ultimate warrior also knows that he can never die. So the ultimate warriors with an S, wait for us to be attacked across the board. And when we get attacked, we can eliminate, and there's no coming back.
Okay. And I got to think that these other planets, these other entities have been warned as well. And
they've been warned. They've been warned. A lot of them have already turned to the light. Yeah. They're already celebrating out there in the galaxies, and they're all here watching what we're doing. The Galactic Councils chimed in the other day, and they said that they appreciate what we're doing, and they like what we're doing, and they're on our side. And I turned to my second in command. I says, do they know I don't give a fuck about them too? He said, yes, they do.
Okay.
Very real.
Okay. And
it sounds like crazy hocus pocus. And I know there were some people in the chats in the comments talking about, this shit is bullshit. This ain't real. Okay.
Yeah. Right. How about chemtrails? About last year, they were crazy with chemtrails. Then it seemed like it tapered off, but I see that they've returned a lot, at least where I live, like insanely a lot, like all of a sudden. So what's happening with that program?
That program was shut down. What I do know is that what they've been doing is they've been spraying a structured water type thing to clean the areas up. So again, even if it is a chemtrail, it's either one-off person deciding he wants to do some evil shit, because all of that stuff was dealt with. If it is a chemtrail, you already know what to do.
Right. Right.
Pull your wand out and just go, and that's it. So again, these individuals are spending thousands and thousands and millions of dollars, and then we come along and go,
okay,
because we are nothing but energy, and we know how energy works now, because I taught all of y'all. So this goes for everybody. If you see chemtrails in the sky, that's it.
Okay, good. And eliminate them. Switch of topic again. You mentioned the Galactic Federation, and roughly a year or so ago, you mentioned that there was some treachery within that group. And I know there's a lot of councils and boards and blah, 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 blah. Everyone's every intel provider has their own little group of people up there that are like ruling the earth or whatever. But are they cleaned up, these groups? And I'm assuming that they report to you as well, or are they like non-relevant?
No, they do. They do report to me, the real ones anyway. All the other groups are just making shit up. They have no contact whatsoever. And this will also be proven. So I really don't care what anybody says.
Right.
I've been validating things nonstop. So those type of things will be, they will be exposed, and the people that continue to promote that shit will be exposed as a fraud, because there's no Galactic Federation over there. Why does Smarty got all this shit over here?
Okay. Yeah, they're channeled messages from some entity, and they're talking about the Federation or the council of whoever. They make up a name, and I'm like, next, but people believe this, and I just wasn't sure, some of them are real maybe, but not all of them.
Yeah, there are a lot of legit ones coming through and certain messages, but just feel it out. You'll know.
I kind of do, yeah.
There's even people saying that that I said this, Sananda, right? Sananda said this, Sananda said that, and I'm like, I don't remember saying that shit.
Okay. Oh my God. All right.
So if you want to speak to Sananda, you got my phone number because it's out there. Don't hide from no one, right? And if you really want to speak to me, just fucking text me. Don't call me because I'm not picking up phones right now.
Yeah.
Phone number.
Okay. I don't know how much more time you have, but I have a few more questions. One
Go ahead. Go ahead.
A few years ago we had dinner and there was a conversation at the table about like the mountains. A lot of like years ago there were giant trees and they were cut off, and that's what the mesas are made of. And I had never heard of that. And since then I have watched a video called There Are No Trees on Earth. And then I went to Joshua Tree Park in California this spring. And there were piles of rocks everywhere in this park. It was very cool. And I have some pictures that don't do it justice. But I walk through and I'm like, oh, dude, these are not just rocks. These are beings, giant freaking beings. And there's spaceships. It's a giant field of them. Okay. And you could see spines, you could see bones, you could see eyes, the whole thing. So what I was getting is that these were beings that portaled in from other, we'll call them planets, and they met with catastrophe. I don't know if it was temperature, freezing, I don't know, but they basically died there. But I got like a lot of activations when I went there, and that was this spring. So long-winded question, and I can send you those pictures, but are those petrified animals? And even where I live now, it's called Thunder Mountain. And when I go up to the little hill in my neighborhood, you can clearly see it's a dragon. So it's a giant petrified dragon. But, we've seen in our videos like rocks that look like animals, elephants, this or that, but they're big. I think those are real. So I just wanted to confirm with you.
Yes, they are absolutely real. And remember, the earth is way bigger than what we believe. We've been contained into a certain district of the earth. And the earth is billions of years old. So all the stuff that they made you believe, as far as history, was bullshit.
Right.
You had giants that are bigger than the World Trade Center. And then you have people that are as tall as my finger. Oh. So again, over the thousands of years, there have been civilizations that have formed, got destroyed, reformed, got destroyed, reformed, got destroyed. Now, if you remember the part of the one part in the Bible where if they look back, they would turn to stone. Those are energy weapons also. So those type of weapons were used on some of these other beings that are petrified and fossils and stuff like that. A flush, right. So it's literally like a flush type event. If you look at some of the animals in Maui, there was a frog that they're posting. There was a frog that was literally jumping in midair, and the laser hit him, and the frog is now stone. So those are the type of directed energy weapons that was used for thousands of years ago. And people have to realize that technology, weaponry, warring has been going on for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Mind you, we're only in this part of the universe, and we've been over here for billions, trillions of years. So everything that I tell you about the earth being reformed and civilizations coming and going is true. And there's evidence of it everywhere, everywhere.
Wow.
And if you take a piece of those stones, you'll get DNA from it because they were people.
Okay. Yeah. So I actually went, like I was just hiking around and there was this giant thing. It looked like a skull almost. I have a picture on my phone. And I went kind of like just to look at it. And I got such a huge blast of energy. And I think it was me way back when. And I think instead of a skull, it was maybe a vertebrate or whatever, vertebra. But it was like huge. It was like, 100 feet big. I don't know. It was giant,
Yeah.
and it was just very cool. And I was like, it can't be coincidence.
Not at all. I mean, and that's what's happening on Earth right now. Everybody's in certain locations because of where they were at thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And our consciousness, our consciousness is yay big, right? Yay big. So we can literally move into any body and be big, be small, be. I myself have the abilities to go to different locations and make myself as tall, as big, as little as I want to. So I know that those things are real and possible. I've done it.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
It's what it's
So
people don't
cool.
even know.
So cool.
People don't even know what we can do and what we've been doing.
Yeah. And the tree thing is also true, that those were trees, like the mesas, because I can see them out my window,
Well, they've been blowing up, throughout the centuries, all the dark ones, mainly reptilian Draco forces, which reptilian and Draco forces, they've been destroying history through the centuries so that we never understood or were able to regain power, because that's literally what it is. It's a power trip for them. Okay. Which is also why Daddy made me to be the most powerful of literally everything and everyone, because I'm literally Daddy in flesh, if you understand what that means. So there's literally nothing they can do to me at all. And their power trip is over, and they're experiencing it in record timing. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing right now that Daddy doesn't allow. Anyway, so it's a big win despite what they're doing right now, because once you understand that we are nothing but energy, we can be reformed. A lot of the children Daddy took them anyway, so their bodies are just that, bodies that don't, mean anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they don't mean anything. They just don't mean anything. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's more to that being that was in that body, which is a consciousness that is now with Dad until the perfect time. They'll be coming back as grown men to finish off the job. And when I say finish off the job, that doesn't necessarily mean to come back and kill off the remaining reptilians, because we're already doing that. The forces that are coming back may be coming back to do that and finish off the jobs that way, but there'll be more of a humanitarian force that can kick your ass if they want to.
If they have to. Okay.
So they lost all control. They lost power. They don't, their funding is already gone, which is why they're ramping up the things that they're doing. Their weaponry is gone. They can only do so much. And that's because we've been working on things for the last 7 years, yeah, so that we can corner them. And they're literally cornered. Most of them are already in in holding. They've rounded them up in the last couple of days because they're taking my shit serious.
So what kind of a holding pen will hold these reptilian guys? Like what's it made out of? Metal,
It's
glass.
it can be made out of anything. It's the energy that holds them in
Ah,
place.
okay, cool.
So it can literally be like an energetic bar system.
Okay. All right.
So let's say for instance, let's say you have bars of love and light, right? And
Wow.
if they try to go through the bar, they get zapped or because of that love and light energy. Remember, they can only get to so high of a dimension.
I love
So
that.
I can literally, yeah, I can literally snatch them up, put them in there, and they're trapped. They can't come out. So, and that's because my energy level is beyond anything they've ever seen, where I can move in and out of any dimension. I
Genius.
can go, yeah, I can go in and out of portals. I can just teleport and bring something back, do certain things. That's how I've been literally, wiping them out by popping up and taking certain things from them and making them do this and making them do that. And it's already over. Dad already won. Daddy already won.
Okay.
They still don't understand how am I able to do this shit. They still don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand why I know so much. And I'm telling them why.
Yeah.
It's because your creator told me.
Right. Okay. Do hybrids and I mean reptilians know that they're reptilians, right? Do all reptilians, even the ones that have got the hologram, do they know they're reptilian?
Majority of them do. The others, there are some that don't know, and that's because their family members don't want them to know because they're ashamed of it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. There are some individuals that I know that literally shapeshifted and they didn't know that they were reptilian, but they were good. So yeah.
Okay. So most of them know that they are, some don't. And then hybrids, which are a cross between a reptilian and whatever race, do they know that they're a hybrid?
Yeah, they do. They do. They have a specific genetic code that makes them aggressive. So and then the reptilians do too. Now, um, and that goes same thing with the other guy with the other ones that don't know. They just don't know why they have that aggressive attitude. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but most of them do know, and they were taught to, which is why they, the Illuminati and all those different groups bring everybody in and say, yeah, you're so and so person because they've been monitoring them. You understand what I mean? So yeah, they know, especially when you put a child in front of them, they know.
Okay. Okay. What if you shrunk down to microscopic and you went into every reptilian and hybrid's DNA and changed that gene or aggressive tendency? Turn it off.
We have been doing that in some cases. Um, Again, with Daddy's approval, because we can't do everything because there's also some roles that some of these dark guys still have to play,
Yeah.
or still had to play.
Right.
But we were able to literally change their whole appearance and restore them so that they can see that there's a better way, right? So that's what we're doing too.
Okay.
We're doing things. We're doing things to them and for them to show them that there's a better way. You don't have to be destroyed.
Right.
You know, you can live in peace with us. And then you can tell the people, you know, some people are going to have to experience embarrassment because of what they're off their children are doing. Okay, there's some cases now where mothers and fathers are embarrassed because their children murdered somebody, and they don't even go to the courtroom to their court cases because they're ashamed. So they just let their son or daughter go to jail and rot in there because they were ashamed. You understand? So that's what's happening now. It's like they are ashamed of what these, what their sons and daughters were doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you got some people that were, they're not ashamed because they trained them to do that shit. I mean, that's literally what you're witnessing over there in Palestine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's literally, it's literally a holy land, and that's why they're doing what they're doing there.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I think a couple short questions, and I think we should wrap it up because it's not good if they get too long. When we're charging our water with a frequency, a charm, a specific frequency, does it need to sit there for, say, a full 2 minutes or like 10 seconds, 30 seconds? Like, does that start the process of the frequencies or some of them? Or obviously,
as soon as it comes in contact, it changes it.
Yeah.
But I like to say 2 minutes just to, because if you tell people it's instantly, it's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
This can't happen that fast. Yes, it can.
Yeah. And I know there's been times I've gotten something. Now I've got my fridge all souped up and all that with the frequencies in there, but I'll take something out and I'm thirsty or whatever. Now I'll start to drink. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to charge it, and then I'm like, so I've taken a few uncharged sips, although theoretically they're charged from the fridge anyways, but
yeah, they're charged from the fridge. I've been known to take the energy away from things too. For instance, if I'm demonstrating how the fuel chip works, and I already see the energy around the car because the person got too close to me or my car or my vehicle, the energy is already on the car, so I have to wipe the energy away, demonstrate them, put the chip on it, and then have them, do everything so that the car steams.
Yeah.
But I'm also known to just go like this, and they're like, "How the fuck did you do that?"
Yeah, yeah.
I can make your car steam. Watch this.
Cool.
How the hell did you do that? Because I can see the energy, and I just sent it to your gas tank, and hit your gas tank with all of the frequencies that are in this chip, and that's how I did it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Everybody can do that.
It's really intention with confidence behind it. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, like in the old days, we'd say, oh, make the energy ball. And we'd have to sit there for 20 minutes and then think about what you want in the ball and then send it. Now I'm just like, bing. And I'm just trusting that it's doing some good, right?
Right.
But
you got everybody with their sage going like this.
Yeah, you froze up.
Yeah. Hold on.
At least it's a good picture. You're smiling. That's funny. Yeah. Yay! You're back.
All right. So yeah. Where was I?
We were talking about energy balls and just the confidence of like knowing that your command is going to do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and that's why I do the Jedi training the way that I do.
Yeah.
When I do the Jedi training, I use the pendulum and teach y'all how to work the pendulum. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the pendulum, am I still moving? Can you still see me?
No, you froze up again.
All right. This little brat keeps calling me.
Oh,
All right. So,
well,
so when the pendulum swings, a lot of people have been using pendulums before they even
you
before,
froze up again.
are you fucking
If you got
serious? All right, so a lot of people know how to use pendulums before I even came in the picture.
yeah, right.
So all I did was take that whole pendulum thing and use that to train people. So when you use pendulums, the pendulums show you that this is possible because you're checking right there on the spot.
Right, right, right. So you get confirmation. Man. Well, we're probably about at a good stopping point anyway.
All right.
Is there
So
anything
anyway,
else?
real quick,
Yeah.
when you use the pendulums and you check it, that alone removes the doubt. You understand? So when you start using it and removing the doubt and then seeing the evidence of it, then it's like straightforward. Let's go.
Yeah.
Doing all that.
Yeah. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago on that call. I've got my charms and my jewelry on, so I'll be bebopping through, and I usually carry my wand at least in my purse, but I'll just say, okay, maximum radius, maximum power, and I forget about it. But I'm walking past people, using walkers, using canes, they're stooped over, they've got this, they've got that. So all of those people, all of the products, whatever I walk by is getting charged automatically.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
don't, like I said, it's kind of like a process. It's part of my the way I live now. I've got my house souped up and my car, and I kind of have my little routines. So it's hopefully
Right.
helping those people as well. So
That's right. And that's what it's for.
yeah.
I had people say that the charms don't work and they don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're doing more than just taking care of the problem that you ordered it for.
Yeah.
And those individuals turned out to be dark anyway. So
Yeah. Well, that's why I asked.
they even tried.
What's
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say they even tried casting spells on the products and then send it back, which is why I don't accept returns, because plus my success record is through the roof. So whatever you order for is going to take care of it and
Right.
extra.
Right. Right. It's funny. All right. Well, let's see. I do have like 30 or 40 more questions, but I feel like I'm going to roll them forward for filler the next time. And that way, like, you can give us updates and then I'll just pick your brain. But is there anything else you want to say today to those watching this video?
Just reinforce the new reality y'all want to see. That way we can get it a lot quicker. Heavy love and light blankets to everyone around the world, especially over there in Palestine.
Right.
Heavy love and light blankets around the dark ones, and continue the healing across the board times a Googleplex.
Done.
Done.
Yeah. And I think, you gave us some really unique information tonight. I'm pretty excited to hear it. So thank you. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always something new. I was just telling, I think I was telling, I was telling B, which is my second in command. I was telling him, like, I'll be on here talking all this stuff, and then Daddy just throws other information and shows me other things, and it's like, what? You could have just told me like yesterday or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, think of it like even 5 years ago, it was like caveman knowledge to what you know now and all the experiences you've had. And just think even what a month will be. It's going to be
Yeah,
so
yeah.
different, you know?
Well, if you read, this is for everybody. If you listen to the old Real Truth Call sessions, which are still recorded, you'll see that some of the stuff that's happening and some of the futuristic shit that I talked about is literally being talked about now, when it wasn't even a thing. And the reason for that is because me, myself, and I, and my crew, Daddy has been allowing us to constantly increase the consciousness. So the consciousness as a whole has to rise in order for me to be able to share more information and have it validated.
And that's what the Schumann is doing.
That's where we're going. Yeah. Everything that I've talked about for years is literally manifesting year by year by year, and recently hour by hour by hour by hour. Until we're literally there. Boom, here we are. How you like us now?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. All right, well, it was fun. I love you guys. We can do this again next week sometime, and I'll help answer some more questions. This is like literally futuristic insight, if you would. And it's very powerful, and you guys can help manifest some of the things that I talk about simply using the training method that I taught y'all.
Right. Focusing on
Let's
positive
rock and
things.
roll.
Right. Thank
That's
you
right.
so
Love
much.
all you guys.